Yeah. So when it comes to when you were just saying about the mob legitimizing their business, at what point do black street organizations get out the street and try to legitimize their business? Like at what point do we, you know, I guess get away from street code into going into full-fledged businessman? Because I don't
Right,
think
right.
there's a way to be successful in the streets and successful in business when you got one foot in the other. You know what I mean?
Right. So that's the whole point of what I'm trying to convey is that like we gotta see that there have been examples. So again, I say Master P. You know, and anybody who really know what was going on with No Limit and know about C Murder for real and Soldier Slim for real, you know, like I got a lot of fam from NO, right?
Yeah.
Man, them dudes is everything they say they was saying in their music, right? But you see what Master P started to say, hey man, I started to leave that street stuff alone, homie, and I wanted to focus on running my business. Like he let it be known that he was making the transition, you know. And a lot of the people that you've seen from like for instance from Atlanta, Rocco is a real street dude. You know, Rocco got up in the game. He put Future out after he popped his music off, and Rocco got up out the streets, and he worth millions and millions of dollars now. And that's another street dude that he had to go and he had to take his boy Future to court to get the rights to his money that he owed.
Mm.
You know, so there are examples, man, of guys who have learned how to be street dudes and make the transition to become a businessman. I tell people all the time, when I was in the streets, I started off with a half ounce and I turned it into a few of them things. So you can't tell me that I don't know how to hustle and run a Fortune 500 company. You know, so that's the journey that we have to get to, and some of us have done it. You know, they don't want a lot of us to be doing this because think about it: the more and more brothers that can come out of the streets and transform themselves into legitimate businessmen, what they doing? They taking all the little homies from the hood and they giving them jobs. They putting the little homies who can rap, they putting them in the studio, and they got little homies that learning the music game. So when you see every one of these camps, when you see Yo Gotti, when you see Jay-Z, when you see all of these people that used to be in the streets that now come out of the streets and make millions of dollars, you gotta also see past just the person who rapping, and you gotta see all of the homeboys. There's one of them might be a manager, another one might be learning how to be a sound engineer. One of them might be learning how to do promotions. One of them might be the person that just worked radio for them.
Yeah.
But now these are these jobs that was in the streets. I'm the lookout. I'm the shooter. I'm the runner. Now all of these dudes are now transforming themselves, and they making the same amount of money or even more money, legitimate. So, this is a problem to the people who want us to be mass incarcerated and be behind the wall. So
Yeah.
we got to start
And
looking at it for what it really is. What you say?
no, I was gonna say, and I agree with everything you're saying. And at the same time, when you transitioning over to that legitimate business, sometimes you're gonna have to do business with some people who didn't take their lick in the street. They are snitches. They are informants or former informants. You know what I mean? At what point do you say, you know what happened in the streets is different than what's happening inside the building? Because that, I mean, on like, I feel like that's what Wack is doing. You know what I mean?
No.
He's not?
No. I'm answering this.
Okay.
I'm cutting you off and I'm answering this. First off, every word that comes out your mouth, that's on pie root. So by you constantly saying that's on pie root, you advocating that holds more weight to you than 90% of the things that's going on in your life. You advocating that that's my lines and I'm not going to violate the code of that. That's what you're saying when you say that's on pie root. That's on pie root. Okay? You have dudes that have died for pie root. You have dudes that have life sentences for pie root. You have dudes that are in wheelchairs for pie root. So when you throw that's on pie root, that means you are abiding by the rules and regulations of pie rules. So when birds of a feather flock together, if you're running with a rat, choose a rat, because you're complicit to the rat snitching. You condone it to the rat snitching. And you know if the rat get into something, he's going to snitch again. So by you constantly advocating that you are a part of the streets and your alliances are to pie root and nothing from the pie roots. Because Slick from Pie Root got on my head last night. Boy, Slick, you something else, Jack. But he got on my head last night because he sticks to the codes of pie root. He ain't going to run with no rats. He ain't going to have nobody around him that's a rat. And he ain't going to have nobody that violates the ethics and codes of what he is, a pie root. Stand-up dude.
So even in transitioning to legitimate business.
No, you don't straddle the fence, homie.
Okay.
The reason when I was in the street life, I made money slanging dope. I made money than a lot of more people in life made money. But I couldn't be a successful drug dealer in the street life because I straddled the gang banging and the hustling. The two don't mix. So you can't straddle corporate America and concrete America, meaning the streets.
Mm-hmm.
It's one or the other. This dude act like he's still of the street, and this is what he projects to the masses. Remember, we're only 2%. The street element and the criminal element is only 2% of society. So to 98% of society, he advocates as if he's of the streets, not formerly of the streets, but a continuum of the streets, because he's constantly saying that's on pie root.
Thank you for tapping in with us. In order to see more clips like this, check out this video here or check out this one here.